these are the P2P exercises for the Jane Fonda mobility assessment for the lateral line. The first one is going to be called 10 and 2 child's pose. So you're going to sit yourself down, heels towards your butt. Arms are going to reach out overhead. You're going to let your head fall between your arms. And then you're going to walk your arms sideways, keeping your head that way, trying to C-curve the spine as much as physically possible, keeping the head between the arms. And then what you're going to do is obviously stretch one side more than the other, depending on the results of your assessment. The second corrective exercise is called the TFL stretch. So this would be more to deal with like the hip flexor related issue, or if you see a forward leg swing during the assessment. You're going to slide forward, get into a hip flexor stretch. You're going to make sure you have a posterior tilt so you're neutral through the spine. Your first arm action is going to be to push over the top and press down. And your second action is going to be to open up backwards and look into your armpit or into your elbow. So make sure you're active in your arm drive. Strong rotation. You can even use this arm. So as you do the press, you can use this arm to help rotate you open if you want to get additional or assisted range of motion. So with these stretches, you're going to hold them because they are passive. So you're going to hold the stretch position just to actually inhibit overactive muscles. Now we're going to go into the stability mobility section where it's going to be active mobility. So we're going to do what's called Jane Fonda. So it's the difficult version of the assessment. So instead of being down, lying all the way down, you're going to be up into your elbow. You're going to cross your leg over the front. Your bottom leg is going to be down, making sure it's in a straight line with your earlobe. Stay active in your abduction. So you want to be really engaged in your bottom shoulder. So instead of sagging down, you're going to lift the rib cage up through active abduction, the bottom arm. Top hand on the hip, and then flat footed, knee absolutely straight. And you're going to try and lift that thing up, and that's the heaviest leg of my entire life. So you're trying to lift as high as physically possible. You're probably going to feel the oblique and the adductors on that side. Again, asymmetrical range of motion for one side versus the other, okay? And then last but not least is called the side plank clam. So staying with the side plank position, we're going to focus less on strength of the adductor, but strength on the abductors. Again, depending on what the results of your assessment are, they'll be dictated from there. So again, set your position. Hip can be on the ground or hip can be off the ground, but we're going to recommend hip down. So strong position, neutral alignment, active bottom shoulder, hand on the top hip. Your thumb can actually be on your gluteals. You're going to clam your top leg open. It's going to stretch your adductors and going to strengthen your glutes, okay? Lower back down slowly. Stay active in the bottom shoulder. Keep the hips forward so they're neutral. Keep the head in alignment with the torso. Clam open as far as physically possible. Again, asymmetrical number of reps depending on the results of your assessment. That's your P2P corrective exercises for the lateral line Jane Fonda mobility assessment.